we're live. We are live and just setting it up. Okay, right. So good evening, everybody. 78th mom. Slowly, it was going very fast, and there was a break, and now slowly, we're getting the momentum again. We will reach 100, maybe 105. Lots of stuff is happening in the back end right now, but 100 for sure we are reaching. But we might just pull over some extra because of a lot of stuff happening. But I today have a very beautiful person. I'm in touch with her as a client because I just love what she creates. I'm just totally in love with it. And when I moved cities, I still get her stuff over where I am. And anyway, she's here also not because of what she is or what she does. She's also here because of who she is as a person. She's a very inspiring person who does not know how to give up, and she has a story of reaching till here where she's reached. Ruchika, please go ahead and introduce yourself and welcome to this book. This is an interview series to introduce you, and after this, we're going to have a lot of fun creating your self portrait and your story in the book called 100 Self Portrait, 100 Dreams.
Thank you so much, Shikha, for inviting me over. I'm really obliged to come here and share my story with everyone and inspire if somebody can get inspired through my story also of never give up,
Yes,
of never give up.
yes.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and tell who Ruchika is, and first start from there, and then we'll take you as a mother and we'll go ahead with the story.
Yeah, surely. So I am 45 years old. I was born in Calcutta, and I was born and brought up in Calcutta in a traditional Marwari family where they were little open towards getting education, but working or doing any other outside activities, they were very close minded with that, my parents. But at the same time, they had in them, my especially my mother always had in me, in her, that to yes, you can do it, but she was very hesitant because of the society around her and all the stuff. I don't know where, but I also always, during my childhood, was given a good education by them, supported by everything, a good, comfortable life. And I studied arts in Loreto College there. And when I was studying, I always saw my, friends and all those. They people had just one aim in life to just get married and then settle in life with the kids and all. But somehow that is one part of being a woman. But I don't know why, I always wanted to be a working woman at the same time. That thing was always there in me. So when my parents used to ask me, what's your preference of getting married to a family, I used to say, I want to work. So they said, no Marwari family would allow you to work at this time. So I said, fine, I'll see. It's my destiny, but I would love to work if possible. So uh, it was there, but I think God's just, the more you want it, God creates a way for you.
Absolutely attracted to attract
Yeah,
what you desire, and it's amazing how situations align that you end up doing what you have to. Sometimes it's not the most obvious way that you think that you're being
yeah, yeah.
told
And
to
it,
do what you want, and you just keep thinking, I don't know, I'm going in what direction, but it actually, when you look back, it's all a chain and it's all.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So there, after my graduation, I studied Montessori because I love kids. So I studied Montessori training as a teacher, and then I taught for about a year. Surprisingly, my mom said, "Okay, you are going to a school where the teachers only the kids will be there, so only female will be there, so it's okay. So you can go and explore." So I taught for about a year, and then one day she just came to my school and said, no, you're not working anymore. Why? I said, why can't I work? So she said, because in the biodata, when we are giving it to the people for your proposal, they are saying the girl is doing service. So, that kind of a thing was there in Calcutta, you know how it is. So, no, they would not accept a girl like that. So I said, that's really sad, why? But couldn't really fight out there, I said, my destiny will take me there, where I want to.
Oh, look at very tough. But let me just tell you, because there are a lot of international audience as well. They don't understand what biodata is for marriage. They don't understand, and just letting the people see the replay or will turn up in the chat
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that there is an arranged marriage system in India. It's still very prevalent, and the families decide who to get married to. Though it's changing drastically, there is love marriage. There are things that are changing, but so your family sends your biodata to the the families they think are fit for us as women, and then so there is a system like that that's continuing, and that's what Ruchika is talking about when she's talking about putting her as in her culture, putting as a service girl or a girl who is doing some work.
Work, because we belong to a business family there, yeah.
It is not acceptable, and also that your culture comes from the affluent as well. So they also feel that women don't need to, so they don't push women's dream ahead as well. Sometimes thinking that they don't need to, they have everything. Why do they need to work? So I think just letting the no judgments, but that's what it is, and our country is our country with our culture, and that's what Ruchika is talking about when she's talking about her biodata. So just letting people know about it. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, because I want the warrior to arrive in the story, and how this warrior has become today Minute Amma, and so loved by so many people.
Thank you so much, Shika. So then we got a proposal from Bangalore, from my husband's family, and we met. And the first question what I asked him, will I be allowed to work? And he very happily said, yes, why not? I would love you to work. So I was like, okay, yes. And then how the destiny just got me here. So being from a Calcutta background and a Maru family, we used to eat a lot of junk and all those stuff there. So I was never a health conscious person that time. But when I got to married to my family here in Bangalore, the first thing which I saw in my family was my in-laws having a lot of pills because of lot of ailments with them, because they were heart patients, they had thyroid, they had diabetic, and lots of issues. So first thing in the morning, I had to give them about 10 pills, lunch 10 pills, evening 10 pills. When I saw that really hit me. I don't know, inside. I said, this is not a lifestyle we should live, because that really hit me bad, that time. So I started seeing you doing a lot of changes in my kitchen for them so that it becomes more healthy, and my research for healthy food started from there. So I used to do a lot of changes which I used to see that they don't notice, and they love the taste at the same time and continue that lifestyle. So luckily, they did not realize all those changes happening in the kitchen, and they started, and we could see the improvement happening in their health. So that was just as a housewife and as a member of the family, as I took the responsibility of their food. So I used to do all those things. But later, then again, when my husband was around 30, we got his blood test done as a regular checkup and everything. We found out that he's high cholesterol. I said, at the age of 30, high cholesterol, it's all because of lifestyle. It's all because of your lifestyle. So that was a second hit to me. So then I said, no, we both decided we will not go. We went to the doctor as a normal human being will go to our cardiologist. And he said, start on your cholesterol medicines. And I said, how long do we need to take this? He said, this is a lifetime medicine and you have to continue. I said, no, not at the age of 30. That's not done. So I said, let's research more on this. And then my research started more deep into this. So I started researching on the ingredients which would help him to improve his cholesterol levels. And then HDL should improve, LDL should go down, and all those things. So I started making a lot of other changes too and give him a lot of seeds and all those other things. And within 6 months, we could see that the lifestyle change has changed his cholesterol levels. So that gave me more confidence that yes, this is the way. This is the way. And while I was doing this also, so as I wanted to be a working woman at the same time, so I did my graduation, my grading course in diamonds, because we started one with my mother-in-law and me. We started a shop called Bhuwalka Jewellers, where we did jewelry. As I was always interested in jewelry as part of our culture, where we, had to wear a lot of jewelry and all those. It was fun for me. So I used to design a lot of jewelry and then do all those stuff. But then with my third child, when it came in, it became very difficult for me to continue. And at the same time, we had little financial issues at our family happening. So we had to close down that division for us. But at the same time, I don't know why my love for cooking and my love for health started improving more and more. So even while during my pregnancies, all my pregnancy, I never, all my three pregnancy, I had normal deliveries, because I continued to exercise, continued to eat healthy, and I went for Lamaze classes. That was one thing I should want to share, because when I went for my Lamaze classes, my doctor said, if you continue doing this for your normal delivery, you won't have a lot of pain. The pain would be there, but you'll be able to manage it out.
March classes, did you say?
The Lamaze classes is like the breathing exercises where they teach you how to breathe while you're having your labor pains. And this really helps you in doing normal deliveries. So I did that and I could see the change. In fact, the doctors were surprised. It's like, Ruchika, whenever anybody has a labor pain and is going through a delivery session, we hear so much scream. But if somebody's standing outside, nobody will know there is a woman inside delivering. So that was really, again, one thing that, yes, see, all these changes make so much difference in your life. So I continued and did all my three deliveries with Lamaze, and this was really great, I feel.
So that's what I'm saying. When you look back, where you've come, everything falls in its place.
Yeah,
You wonder why you're doing that. You wonder why you're learning that. You wonder why what's happening. When you look back, everything is falling in place. Even if sometimes it's going out of place. Sometimes it looks all going out of place, but it's actually falling in place. So we have Keetana. Yes, the math classes are really helpful. Keetana is here.
yeah,
One of my very, very loved friend as well, Ruchika. And like from there, you've come here to Millet Amma, heading Millet Amma.
yes, there was another journey now.
There as well. These are all our moms, these are all my friends. I've known them. Each one of them are very inspiring stories in itself. And I'm so thankful to all of them for inspiring me every single minute when I move forward. And all of you are inspiring me. In fact, I had a conversation before I left. And you know that even in my life, my husband had an autoimmune, and I refused to give him steroids. Like I said, no way there's going to be steroids. There's not going to be any steroids to be given to him. And I'm telling you, if my teachers actually met me when I was 34 years old, they would be totally shocked, because I had drowned myself in books and books and books and documentaries and books and documentaries, just so that there is no medicine and there is no, steroids to be given to my husband. And I also did, of course, our mentor, Dr. Nandita Shah, who I immensely, immensely look up to. She had told me, like, Shikha, you do it with him. This is for you as well. And it made tremendous change, the whole lifestyle change, not only for him. We became one, and it was not that as if a patient needed this, as if the whole family was doing it together and the whole family was emerging with health. And then we started the health initiative to spread it out, and I did it in Bangalore with 12 chapters of it, by inviting various people and introducing all my friends. Like, I know, like, there are times, honestly, Ruchika, I was walking and I could see people turning back, because they knew that here she's going to come and say, what happened to your blood pressure? What happened to your diabetes? I had become so passionate about it that you can reverse it. And I could see the eye contact, no eye contact, and there was a roundabout and move back, because she's coming. And I had promised her
She'll
that
ask for it.
I promised her that I will leave it, and she's going to ask me what happened to your smoothies, what happened to your this. And not only that, I think mentally also, and you had normal deliveries, I had cesarean, but the first thing I did when I had a C-sec, like I tried second time for a normal delivery, but the first time I had a C-sec, my husband got me a big bottle of smoothie, a green smoothie to me. And the doctor was looking like, do you think the patient is going to drink this? I said, I am just going to be drinking this to recover. And on it, I was like up and about on the second day because of all the like all the whole food plant based that I've done during both my pregnancies. So it matters.
It
And
really matters.
when you take that decision in health, when you take that decision, you move forward knowing that and the improvement is on the way, Ruchika. And I know you've done it as well, and we could just talk about it, but letting the audience know because I've taken a similar journey, very passionate about reversing diseases. But when you're on your way, something in your heart knows that you're doing the right thing, and you just keep
Right.
moving forward. You keep moving forward. There's subtle changes, there's subtle differences, but the person who's actually doing it, who's researching, who's tweaking, who's adding, who's subtracting all the food and other lifestyle stuff, knows the change. And then when you do it as a family,
It
I
makes
mean,
a lot of difference.
yeah, it makes a lot of difference in overall mental health, overall the way you deal with it, overall your relationships. So many things change just by changing your food sometimes. So let's hear that journey of how Milletoma came up. I totally
Right.
tell the audience who I love Milletoma. Like I just ordered, like I love, and I told her that I'll bring you to Pune as well. That's what I just love her products and what she does. So let's hear that story now.
Surely, surely, Sika. So then, as a family, we went through a lot of financial stress, and that started playing on my husband's health a lot. So he started with a lot of backache, and the moment I lost my father-in-law, he went little more on stress and all those things. So his backache became really really severe, where he used to go on an exercise ball in the office and sit on that and do meetings. It became so bad. And at one point we went to all the allopathy doctors, all physiotherapists. They said, no, you can't do anything now. You can't do swimming, you can't do yoga, you can't do anything. You have to lead a very sedentary life. And in the morning when he used to get up, he used to take about half an hour to straighten himself up. It was so bad. So, that was really, really bad. So I was worried, he was worried, like what to do now, So because none of the medicines or none of the physiotherapists was really working on him. So I used to do Pilate, and my friend came to visit us. And then when she saw my husband, she said, Ruchika, there is a lot of inflammation in your husband's body. Why don't you work on that? So that gave me a click, yes, let me, start researching on this, because I've always felt that food is somewhere, what helps you. Because how I brought down his cholesterol with food, I can bring down this also, maybe,
So
you know.
inflammation, because at that time I think there was some noise. So I think you mentioned the word inflammation was very high when you realized.
Yeah, it was very high in inflammation. So the inflammation was pressing some nerve there, and because of which he was having such severe pains.
Right.
So then she said, why don't you just go on fruit diet, just on a fruit diet basically, and some vegetable diet, which is non-inflammatory and still gives you the strength and everything. So we went on a fruit diet for about 10 days. So that was a miracle. Shika, that was really a miracle. Within 10 days, he lost his extra body weight. At the same time, the pain came down from 10 to 2. If you see the percentage from 10 to 2, he could get up in the morning very well. He started doing his yoga. He started going for swimming to strengthen his back and his ab muscles and everything. And he could do his usual activities. And I just gave birth to my third one that time, so he could play around with him, because that's very important for a parent. So that feeling was like awesome. How can a food just change so drastically, so fast, where none of the medicines worked on him? So I said, now fine, we have found a way, but this cannot be my lifestyle. He can't just live on fruits for so long, because you need some carbs in your body at the same time to give you energy. You can definitely be on fruits also. There are people who are, but it was there that we need some carbs, being.
And you know that I just a year back I also realized you can only stay on oxygen. Like there are some people called vegetarians, and I'm
Yeah,
in awe of the fact that like
yeah,
people have not eaten for 17, 17, 18, 18 years, and they are only living.
yeah, I know. Now I have come that also way now in that journey now.
It's just fascinating that how much
Yeah,
eating less and eating right is so much more
makes a lot
important than
of difference.
uh, adding more, even adding a lot of nutrition. Like it's the less that is more important than having more. And living
Right.
on breads like just for 17 years and once in a while eating nuts, like just that's crazy. But that's happening. The vegetarians are doing
Yes,
it.
it is happening.
And in our culture, it was always there with all the saints doing it in the caves for years and years and years. So let's go ahead and hear about millets being added to your life.
So then I started researching on something which is alkaline in nature and doesn't create any gas in your body.
Right.
So then I came across millets, and when I studied more on millets, I saw there are so many kinds of millets. There are 9 kinds of millets around, and all has different benefits to your body, and the kind of nutrition it provides you is amazing. It's really amazing. So then I started doing research on what kind of millet should I give him first and how should I give him so that he can start digesting it better, because till 10 days he has not eaten any carbs. So it should not suddenly, bring about drastic change and upset his whole system again. So I came across, I thought let's make him dosa batters, those idlis and dosa batters.
Fermented matters, which are fermented, those are just getting the audience in
Yeah.
that. So,
So, and I did not have to give him rice also that time. So I said, okay, fine, I have to do a lot of experiments. So we did lot of combinations and, things. And then finally we came up to a recipe where, and when I served to my whole family, so everybody loved it. So in the whole house, like they were very happy. So one day we were making idlis, we were making dosas or uttapam. So we started slowly moving into carbs, and it's a normal life, and there when I had some friends over or some relatives, they also had the same thing, and they're like, wow, Ruchika, this is so nice, so I sent as a gift to my friends and family. They said it's really nice, can you again give me, I said sure. But then it became so again and again, they said now you charge it, you just can't give me like that. So
yeah,
I thought, since we were already going through a financial stress at that time, so I thought, why not this, the kind of benefit I have gained in my family with this, why not share with people in a business way? It can be a good start in the, market, and people will benefit, which I have done in my family. So then I started with that motto. So I started with one barnyard millet batter, and now we have about 150 products which are organic and
like just today you said to me, oh Shikha,
yeah, and we are concentrating on adding more and more. So we are
when
working.
I go through your and letting people know and letting also Kirtana know who wants to know about millets. Kirtana, like I don't know whether you take millet amma stuff yet in Bangalore or not, but if you don't, you must. But like I was amazed when I saw the PDF that you had converted from chocolates to flour to batters to I mean like to think about it, and you've converted bhakris and everything is baked and nothing is fried, and using jaggery and using everything that can be beneficial but tasty, and even pizzas, like even pizzas were done on millet base. You had started a sauce with it so that everything is together. You have gone through an effort to make the taste buds go, like not feel that they are missing anything, but at the same time the inflammation is not there because at my side we did go off gluten, and we realized that the gluten going off really helps the inflammation, and of course autoimmune etc. also happens with a lot of inflammation in the body. And I realized, like, I don't know whether you've heard of Tom O'Brien. He's an expert on autoimmune, and he was like totally on that. Just leave the gluten part. and the gluten is not there in millets, right? Millet doesn't have
Gluten free.
gluten free, and so healthy. And then if somebody like you can get products from chocolates to I don't know what all stuff that you've done. Now you've come up with laddus, and I'm just waiting what all is going to be added. So I'm in awe of the
What is going to be added, Shika, now?
I'm going to tell you, I have one few lists I thought I needed you to be adding very soon when
I
we
want to show you, we have experimented with
I'll go
millet
offline.
noodles.
Noodles, yeah. Are you
Yeah,
there?
millet noodles.
Are you like you really you just did that? I was thinking I was about to tell you after the interview that you've not done noodles yet. So why don't you do noodles? Because that was my next. And the fact that health will be celebrated like this, the way
Yes,
you did Diwali a celebration with giving millet stuff, healthy stuff. You've come up with a mouth freshener with seeds in them, right? Um,
right.
who can like and it's consumed like left, right, and center because it's tasty, and I keep getting them. And my guests come and they consume it and they're like, oh my god, it's amazing. But nobody knows that they've consumed so many seeds in the
Seeds in it,
process
yeah.
to reduce their cholesterol, to reduce so much. Such the fascinating
Shika,
journey.
that was a mix which I made for my husband to bring down the cholesterol.
I was about to come to that. So let's tell people that how you tricked your husband to bring this product of adding seeds to the mouth freshener kind of a thing called makwa in our country. So how did you do that? And how did that come in? Because that was fascinating. I'm very fascinated and excited about what your product is. And now you've been awarded recently, so we'll talk about that later. But let's talk about the
Mukwas.
cooling our dear loved ones sometimes and giving them what they really need without letting them know.
So for that only, I said my husband when cholesterol, he was diagnosed with high cholesterol. So I researched that what seeds should be given so that the cholesterols can be maintained. And when I used to give him seeds just like that, he used to have it because he has to have it, but he never used to enjoy. So I used to feel bad because you cannot enjoy if you can't enjoy your food, then this it doesn't affects your body. I feel you
Right.
need to enjoy your food and it will really affect your body. So then I said, okay, fine, I have to include in his diet, but how? Then I made the mix, and that mix, he used to take it to office, and within one day when he used to come back, Ruchika, the bottle is over. I'm like, wow. So whenever anybody used to interact with him in the office, he used to hand it over them also, and it's like, wow, within one conversation, we could have so much seeds, and we could really see the changes in his cholesterol because of that also. So being a wife, and how you maybe you love your family, and then when you do these kind of things and it affects, that's the immense pleasure what you get through that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That when you look back, you think that you're doing it for the family, but when you come forward, you look, oh my God, I was meant to do this for the world. So when
Yeah, I didn't know that time.
you don't know what the universe is placing you for, and when you come here and you're like, wow, I was meant to be heading Millet Amma, being awarded by doing so many millets, and Renu is here. She's in Australia. Melanie is here, and Renu is from India, but she's been in Australia for so long, and Renu will also understand. Like, I feel that now through this project, I don't know why I'm feeling this, and it's coming like a little message to me that now these 100 moms will want to try it across the world through you, because I am personally telling you that this is the product that makes you think that why not this way? Why not eat this way? And it's a blessing that people like you who understand the change, they make the change and then they bring it to the world through product. And I always tell this to people that there are companies or million-dollar companies who created diseases in this world. And if they are million-dollar companies today, if we can make companies like you like a million-dollar company, the world would have changed. The world would be a better place. The world would be a healthier place. And I wish that for you, that you become a multi-million dollar company, not because I want the money for you, but I want to know that so many people chose health over anything else to become healthy, because I know your stuff is baked. I know that you personally are sometimes in the kitchen doing the ingredients. If
Yes.
I'm giving a raw material, how will it look like, taste like? And if it doesn't taste well, you will not do it. You will not
No, I will not. I will never give that to anybody then. Because I know if it is not tasty, you will not eat it second time or even third time. So it has to be tasty to sustain it for a lifetime. Because you need a lifestyle change to have a healthy life. And then only it will happen if your food is tasty.
And if you feel like a patient, no, Ruchika, if
Yeah, then you can't have it every time.
even if you're eating good food, you can't become healthy because
No.
that whole life of a patient doesn't make you feel healthy, and that's because food is not the only thing. It's the feel good factor, your mind, your soul, everything. So if that part is taken care of mentally, you're free. And I want people who are there to just ask some questions about millets if they want to, because Ruchika is
No,
going
sure.
to answer our questions on millets.
I would like to tell you one more things about what we basically, when I started, I thought I'll keep my some principles intact and I will work on that only. So I use only organic ingredients as far as possible along with natural ingredients. We use non-refined, we don't use any kind of refined stuff in our products, no salt or even sugar or anything, no oils also which is refined. So everything is cold pressed oil, if we use a cold pressed oil, which is always my, you know, my, yeah, I really want to see that I don't use any oil.
Right.
The minimum possible I would try to use that. And I don't fry my stuff, I don't use any sugar. And all my products are made in house, even my flours in my masalas are made in house, so I know the purest form of ingredients is going in my product.
I
So
love
I,
that about you.
yeah.
I've always admired it. I love that about you. And I know that your journey, that's why I wanted to bring you in the book because even like something of serving your own family can make you, so because this book is all about, it started, I told you, the journey started through understanding why we don't feel good about ourselves, right? That image, once you become a mom, how we are very scared of the camera, we don't want to be in front of the camera. And of course, through that, this discovery and then this mission of bringing this book out, and from there, getting transformation. Now I'm moving forward to say that I'm seeing transformation already. I'm seeing transformation when there is a possibility of expressing yourself, because that's the emotional food that you need, if I may say that the emotional food of wanting to express yourself, whether through writing, whether through visual. And visual expression is another level because 70% of our mind is
Yeah.
visual, understands visually, and all the thoughts that go inside our head and our brain is all visual. That's why we are told to visualize great things, because visual take us forward. And the day you see yourself being expressed like a winner in a book, where that book is celebrating you, and you have declared, as Therese had said, your picture that this is who I am, and put it right there, one for your family, for next 3 generations. My grandmom was in a book. That's the whole effort of this book. Or to the world where this mom thinks, I can't do it because my family is not well, and I can't do anything. And then they open the page of Ruchika and then they're like, wow, Ruchika did it. And she's not only that, but she's fighting the financial burden through this, like the health, the finance, her dream of wanting to work, and at the same time
You're working.
transforming so many people's lives. That itself is a very transformational journey. And that's what this book is going to bring out. And I'm very, very happy that you're a part of this book because I don't know whether have you heard of the raw food family? Um, there is,
Pardon?
there's a raw food family. If you
Okay.
search, yeah, your Botenko's. Have you seen the documentary? People who haven't should look for them.
Okay.
And the whole family was sick, Ruchika. The whole family was sick. The concept of green smoothies came in because everybody was sick with operations, and I don't know what all had happened. I think there's 6 of them or 5 of them in a family with being overweight, with heart issues, with surgeries and whatnot. And how the how they brought in smoothies and greens in raw form, and the whole family is now in the field of transformation, and they are the ones who brought smoothies to this world, the green smoothie. So they are called the green smoothie family. And
Okay.
that is what you are doing, Ruchika. That's what you are doing. I don't know whether you know it yet, and that's why probably universe, like it just came to me that like Ruchika herself, and I must invite her to the book, is because that transformation is very inspiring. And I want the mothers to know that even if you are serving your family and you think that you're stuck, it's not possible. You can still move forward with you. Let's talk about the award that you got and what's happening with millets and why millets is important. Let's put more information for our viewers here before we like wrap up or do whatever. What is millets and how the government has just recognized your effort in millets?
So while doing my research for last 3 years, I've been evolving every day with millets, and new information keeps coming in. I start putting in to my products. So millets are basically hardy grains which are grown on a dry land and doesn't need a lot of rain, and it grows on its own. So basically, by nature, it is organic. It doesn't need any pesticides, doesn't need any fertilizers. So wherever there is dry land, it just grows on its own. Doesn't need too much of care by the farmer also. So it's basically very hardy grain. And so this is the nature of the grain, and there are about 9 kinds of millets like barnyard, foxtail, kodo, ragi, jowar, bajra, little millet, brown top. So these are the 9 different kinds of millets, and all different millets are very high in fiber. The most important part of the grain is that they are very high in fiber as compared to any other grains. At the same time, each millet has its own properties where they are high in some proportions. Like barnyard is very high in iron, and then ragi is the highest in calcium. As a vegan, you must be knowing. Yeah, and then foxtail is very high in protein. So in this way, all the millets are way in which some way or the other they are very good for your health. So as a whatever research I have done till now, so I would like to say that people don't stick to one millet only. Keep changing your millet every 2 days or 3 days. So there are about 5 kinds of positive millets which is there. Why we say positive millet? Because these positive millets have a positive effect on your body by cleaning your different parts of your body. So, for example, barnyard just cleans your softer tissues of your body. So your stomach and all those parts get cleaned when you are eating millet. So, and when you eat one millet at a time, then it really affects that system, and then it cleans that system out. So that's why we say only one millet at a time, not mix millets or not mix grains also. So whatever products I make single millet at a time. I don't mix any millets. So that is the reason behind it. And all these 5 millets cleans each part of your body. So if you have it for 10 days, for example, 2 days, one each. So each body part get detoxed in this way. So that is the main funda behind these 5 millets. These positive 5 millets are barnyard, foxtail, kodo, little millet, and brown top. So these are the 5 positive millets which you should include in your diet every 2 to 3 days. And the best form of eating millets is the fermented porridge form. So recently, from last 3 months, me and our husband has been vegan for last 6 months, and last 3 months we have been doing this fermented porridge we're making at home in earthen pots. We do have videos on this on our YouTube, so if somebody wants to see that, they can go and check out. So I don't know, Shika, if you have tried that, you should really try that out. Yeah. So you should try that out because it adds a lot of probiotics in your body, and it balances your microbes in your gut. So if you have a leaky gut or any kind of gut problem, it balances the whole gut system. And gut being your second brain, if it is taken care, all your problems will be solved from there. So for all this information, I've been following Dr. Khader Wali from Mysore. I don't know if you've heard about him. He has done 25 years of research in millets, and he has been awarded as a Padma Shri award from the government of India. And he doesn't charge a penny to his customers, to his patients. And he has taken out one protocol books where his lifestyle is a vegan lifestyle again. So he says no to milk, and his lifestyle is like be what your ancestors were, how they used to eat, and eat millets. So you will get all the nutrition from there. And
I'm very passionate about it. And like there are like so many things I want to just talk about it. And I'm telling myself in the brain, come back, sit down. This is about the book. Like just don't go here and there, going crazy about the discussion because I can discuss this forever. And
Yes, yes. When I also start talking about millets and everything, I become so passionate, and there's so much to talk about all that, So it doesn't happen in half an hour or anything.
it's also too much to talk about because as it, it's so simple.
Yes.
It's not simple. That change is simple, and people find that that change is too much to do, and then the arguments come that, oh, this and that, and then
It's
I
all in the mindset, Ruchika.
yeah, it's all in the
All in
mind.
the mindset. Once you make your mind, things will happen. I'm also working now, but still I follow my vegan diet. I follow my umbli. We have it for lunch. Even one meal a day, if you have as a millet meal, you will never fall sick.
That's a big
Provided you follow, provided you follow those
That's a
lifestyle.
big game because there's so much change before just coming to pure minutes. There's so many things that need to be done, and I know that one day, my initiative was called Health Diaries, and my Health Diaries will take another book out very soon on this thing because I'm very passionate of bringing awareness to things that I know many people are doing it, but it's possible. It's possible to revive, to regenerate, to stand up back, look younger, to have more energy by
Yes,
just understanding your lifestyle. And it's easier said than done. But if people like you can keep coming forward and actually making big companies out of it, I think reversal is not very far. And just going on to you as a mother, let's talk a little bit about you being a mother. And
yeah, being a mother, obviously, this used to always hurt us, when our children used to eat pizza with made of maida and all that stuff. That used to really hit me till now also noodles was not there in my part, but I am experimenting so that I can remove that maida pastas and noodles from my kitchen. So being a mother and a homemaker, it comes out naturally that yes, I have to do something about this. So now, being a vegan, my children also enjoys almond milk. Almond milk with vanilla flavor. They also have love to eat fruits in the morning or a smoothie in the morning. So it's like in the morning we are making jugfuls of smoothies. They go to school just having smoothies.
same
So my
here, same.
mother-in-law say, "नहीं उनको भूख लगेगा." They will be hungry. I said, "No, mom. They will never feel hungry when they have smoothies and go." Yeah.
Your children are good reminders. So my younger one, and because this is a world like this is a platform for mothers. I must explain it. Like I must tell you that the day I decided to go vegan, that's the day my son went ahead and bought fish. And he said he was all of 3.5 years old, and there was a fish van that came and in PSN, and then he said, "I want to go buy it." I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I very easily was thinking that I'll turn vegan because my son anyway doesn't like to eat meat, and that's the day he became non-vegetarian. And since then, he's been telling the whole world that my parents are vegan, I am not, and I'm just waiting for that one day when he turns around and tells me that. Well, because I don't want to force anything to my son. I don't want him to. I want him to overcome like a value because for me it's a health journey. For me, yes, it's a moral journey as well. Now I must say that, but like your children challenge you. Like
Yes, they challenge all day.
you're taking millets everywhere when you shouldn't end up eating stuff that you don't want to. And then sometimes you just have to leave them and just keep your journey ahead, walk ahead, and then they will follow. And with that, vision in
So your
head,
fruits never fall far from you,
yeah,
Shika.
they don't. They don't.
And
So
if you are a role model, they will follow you.
I'm very confident because just today, he was eating one ice cream, which used to be my favorite. So I was like, okay, I don't want to eat it, but can I just take a very teeny weeny bite because I was very tempted. He's like, but you are vegan. This is dairy, and he's 8 years old, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. He's like, aren't you allergic to milk? I said, no, I'm not allergic to. I've decided. He's like, but you're a vegan. He said it so many times that I couldn't take that ice cream. But I felt so. I was like, you know, like you are not turning vegan, but you're making sure that I'm going ahead being a vegan, like a person on my head because. And for me, of course, veganism is not an activism stuff. I am just following. I'm very aligned to nature. I'm very aligned to health now, and reversing diseases is my passion. So your children challenge you. That's what my question was. Are your children challenging you to create these pizzas? And I can see the pizzas being created. I can see noodles being created. There are cakes being created also now, millets, you know.
Yeah. So
And
we've started with mueslis. I don't know. You've tried
yeah,
muesli,
I
right?
tried that, I tried
So
that.
these are like jar, bajra, ragi mueslis, and with nuts and peanut butter,
Yeah.
vegan at the same time and gluten free. My kids love them. They like in the morning they just can have that and go.
Yes.
So so
And
all my pain points are coming as my products.
oh yes, that's the
As
cooking.
a homemaker, as a mother,
Yeah,
all my pain points are coming as my products.
that's a very good point to put it because all your pain points become everything. My pain point is becoming a book across the world, you know. This pain point of not seeing mothers shine because they don't want to show up, and through that, the journey of the fact that there's such a negative self image that all that disease as well, if we may say so, also gets accumulated because of all these negative self-talk, the bad image. It's all around, you know, Ruchika. Bad health will
Rika,
take.
I totally agree with you because when I started this also, I was always hesitant in doing any interview like this or going live on Insta. I was like, no, Ajay, I can't do this, I can't do this. But today, I'm sitting in front of you and doing a live Insta also and a live interview.
Yes, because we deal with that, and if I may say so, that and I might be making a very big claim, but I will. I don't want to use the word prove, but I will show it through this work that I'm trying to do, maybe in a year's time, that even expressing through the self-portrait will make you healthy. I will do that because you know what happens is that when we look at ourselves, we delete the picture immediately, Ruchika. We will look at it and say delete, 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 or we'll delete it ourselves within seconds, microseconds. We have judged ourselves. We have already declared we're looking ugly. We've already declared everything, and we have said all that in that one nanosecond of between the picture taken and come to us and delete. You know, versus
Right.
you sit down, you view. What is that woman that you don't want to see that you're deleting in seconds? Like in seconds, you're deleting. If you think about that, why is that woman being deleted? What is it that you don't like about her? What is it that you don't see in her that you're not liking about her that you're deleting this picture? Is my internal question. And that's the journey I took. I looked at my picture and I'm like, yes, bad health. Yes, not taking care of myself. Yes, bad hair because I'm not taking care of myself. I'm putting too much energy on my children and I'm not taking care of myself. And I looked into my pictures straight to answer those questions. And you know, honestly, I've still not started working very hard on it. But in my conscience, I know exactly what I need to do by just studying my picture rather than deleting it. So my whole mission is that the day you do that, you will correct yourself and you will come back to health. And then you will say, take my picture. I'll pose. I'll come live. I'm looking amazing. This is shining.
Yeah.
And that whole chemical in your body will make you
Show
eat.
up on your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
will make you eat. You will not binge eat. You will not have junk. So even something as a photograph can make that effect is what I am trying to do through this work. That the day you take this journey with me, I can guarantee you will be healthy. Not that the picture made you healthy, but you will start seeing what's needed to do. And when you start seeing it right into the eye, there is no way you not do anything about it. So
And
that's my
one
big
step
claim.
and one step at a time will always take you there.
Yes, and that's a big claim that I'm doing, but I'm bringing a new tool to the world that don't waste your camera in your pocket to just keep it there and just do these selfies and just that one pout and one smile. There is so much more to you, and I can go on that as well. That I can see, like I'm getting messages that you know moms are telling me you become a catalyst to our dream. Like you just unleashed something that we thought that we can't do it, and now we feel like taking our pictures. Now we feel like going live. Now we feel like taking a dream. Now we feel like taking interviews, and I'm seeing it happen slowly, slowly. And I think once this book is done, some good work will
Surely,
be done for mothers as well. And on,
surely doing a great job, Shikha.
that's
Doing a
my
great,
mission.
great job.
So,
Yeah.
so have you been doing, and we can keep talking about it. But Militama, what's the dream? What's the dream for you?
So, so about in September, we were called by the Indian Institute of Millet Research, and they awarded us as the best startup for the emerging startup in millets. And now UNO has declared in 2023 as to be the International Year of Millets, and India has been given the responsibility to take this forward. So we all startup are coming together and working on it hard so that we can take this millet grains all over the world. So there's lot to happen over this next 2 years. So
And
keep me looking.
you have a beautiful set of moms waiting for you to know more about it. Once you get to know them, we'll add you to the group and you get to know them. It would be
Yeah,
lovely to
sure.
interact with them, to talk to them, to feel like different countries, what it is. I think, yeah.
And maybe we can help each other out in their journeys.
Maybe, there's no maybe. We are here to help. That's
So
the,
we will help
that's
each
the,
other out. Yeah, surely.
yeah. No, no, not only you. Everybody thinks and we might meet and all. I know that these 100 moms are going to be together for a very, very long time. I just know it. And I'll make sure that I create that vessel where these 100 moms, because I keep telling you, if one mom like is helped by 99 others to let her shine, and if she's done this process of self-portrait of, going and becoming this dream that she wanted to be, how is she not going to be successful, and how are they not going to be the 100 shining moms of the world? They are definitely going to be, and I can see it, but I don't have a proof yet. So when I have the proof and it's already happened and these 100 moms have really helped
Will
you,
happen, Shika. You're so confident. So
yeah,
definitely see the God will show you the way. The God will create the way for you.
it is already, and I wish so much good luck to you. And I totally love your product, and I'm not saying this again and again because I'm using it. I've been in the health space. I know what you're doing. I love your journey. I know the dedication. I know the pressures that you've gone through, and what's brought you here as a shining mom. And your children are going to move you forward in many, many ways. And you, it's an honor to have you in the book. Many things are going to unfold through Millet Amma for people, and I'm here to support that, and I'm sure many mothers here are as well. So we're going to wrap it up with this here, and I'll bring you in the book. So welcome to the book, and I will just
So
talk about it.
thank you so much.
Yes, don't go. I'm just going off live. Thank you so much, Renu, Melanie, Kirtana, Bhavni. I know something. I'm also coming to know that.
Now we have just one slide. If you want, I can just show off on millets.
Yeah,
Just give me a minute.
yeah, go ahead. And I'm just also wanted to talk to a lot of silent listeners here because I've been getting messages from many, many people saying, we don't comment, we don't like, but we've been listening to you silently. And they really, really supportive of it. So thank you to all the people who are listening silently. I would love to see you at least give me a thumbs up so that I know you were there.
Ajay.
Slide while Ruchika just shows. Ruchika, anyway, I'm going to be putting your link into this. If you send me
Okay, you're fine.
I'll edit and I'll put it. Ruchika has a lot of YouTube videos. Just watch a thing. But anyway, you can show it now, but we can also put the link in the. So my voice is gone. Put the link when I edit the thing, so you can do that. But I'm waiting. We can wrap.
Yeah, just give me a minute. Can you see?
Oh, I don't
Can
know.
you see?
No, I don't know whether you're sharing rights. I don't know.
You're not able to see?
I am not able to see anything. Then you'll have to share it, right? But anyway, this is going live. Let's just put your link there.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think so. You can share. Do you have the
Yeah.
rights to share? Are you able to share?
Yeah, I'm trying to share.
I am not sure.
Share is there only. No? Exactly. Copy to file. Share. Ajay, share is a template. Maybe this one. This.
Okay, I make you a co-host. Maybe now you can share.
Can you? Okay. Hello. Maybe
Now
just.
you'll be able to share.
एनर्जी देख लो ना इधर आके क्या कर रहा है ऐसे She showed me share, but this never came that time. Even I don't know. Can you?
Anyway, I think this is a live going on, Ruchika. We will put
Okay.
your
Okay, let it be.
link into the interview. I'll edit the interview and I'll put your link. So immediately send me your link to whatever you're trying to show, and we'll put it there. Everybody who sees it.
Has it come now?
No, I can't see. I can't see it.
Okay, just leave it then, I think. So.
Yeah, I can't see it. But I'll put your link there, and Anyway, with the mums and all, also you can talk to them and share your link.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Your link is going to be also in the book. Like the book will have all the information of each mother. So everything is going to be available for people to reach out to you through this book. So don't worry about it. Because
Yeah.
yeah. So let's go offline because
Yeah.
they're all going to become YouTube videos. I don't want this waiting part also to become YouTube videos and podcasts. So
Sure. No problem. Sorry.
no, don't be sorry.
Take care.
Once they stop, don't go. I'm going offline.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye, everyone.